Well, hello there. I was thinking about universal law and universal things as one does, and I was thinking about spiritual practice. A lot of times people pray, but when waiting on the answer, I don't know, they lose hope or they don't think that it comes or whatever. But prayer is one part of the process. You have to get there, and I have found out that it operates a lot better when you speak out loud. Yes, you may feel a little silly, but hey, sometimes the divine requires a little bit of our courage to give us what we want. But in a lot of prayer, I've heard people say that, Father didn't respond. Or whatever they asked for didn't come about. Alright, so typically the second step of that, 3 steps, is an answer. Not necessarily the gift itself, but an answer. Typically yes, no, maybe. But if what does that mean? Like, how does that show itself in our lives? Not always will you hear or receive a yes or no, or maybe most times people just assume that if what they asked for shows up, it was answered. If not, it's a no. Not necessarily the case. The second step is reflection. You have to have silence. Look at the Bible. Jesus always went and prayed. Even like bitched at his homies for falling asleep. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why are you napping? You're supposed to be in prayer. So just assume like meditation. Just sit there. You can sit on the floor or lay down or whatever. Just in the silence. Wait for your mind to clear and just sit there. I've noticed it typically takes about 15 minutes to really clear the mind and cut through all the bullshit, and then hit that period of silence and emptiness. And in that space, you may have a vision, just your imagination, like nothing wild, just a picture in your head. And it could be a scene, or if you had a question or was looking for guidance, it could be like one of your favorite characters popping up and like working your way through it. Your subconscious has a really difficult time breaking through and talking to the conscious, subconscious, conscious. And your subconscious is pretty weird. So, not just yours, it's just doesn't really communicate in words and stuff. Be like images. Maybe you'll see something, or like see a guy playing a violin, or the notion to draw comes to you, or something. Whatever. It really depends on what it is. Like, the answer that you get will be in relation to what it is that you were thinking about, or what it is that you were wanting. That's the second way. Now, typically, we limit ourselves into how the answer will be given. It's like, oh, it has to be this way. Most of the time that Father, our Spirit, is trying to communicate with us, we block it out. We, this can't be from him because whatever. It's a random thought. It's whatever. So, just go about your life. After your meditation, just go about your life and not worry about it. Just assume and trust that it's taken care of, or it's working itself out. Now, ways that he can respond any fucking way that he wants to. It could be in the form of lyrics for a song. It could be a conversation that you've had with somebody. It could be, I don't know, a cloud. You're just out cloud watching or something. Just it could be a movie, a book, a video game that you're playing. Something will come. You don't have to go out searching for it. That's where people fuck up. They go out searching, thinking they have to find it. It's not how the spirit works. Spirit will just bring it to you. Like, you'll just have an epiphany, a light bulb. Something will just catch your attention, and they'll be like, wow, that's really strange. Pursue that. If it's like a song, listen to the song. You know, if you get the inspiration to, like, watch a movie, watch a movie. Read a book, whatever. Like, it will come to you. It will feel odd. It will feel out of place. Usually investigate it. I mean, if it gives you a warm fuzzy. If it doesn't give you a warm fuzzy, typically, that's not. Trust your instincts. Trust your logic. You'll be fine. So, you have that. And then the third phase is just to do whatever the second phase told you about, and then the conclusion will be either what it was or something better. That's typically how that works. Can confirm. So there you have it. You know, spiritual practice, because it is a spiritual practice. It's just not enough to just throw out a prayer and be like, bro, thank you, Jesus, and then, like, walk on. If you actually want clarity on something or a reprieve from your burdens, pray, and you will get an answer. Sometimes it's not the answer you want. Sometimes it's like, oh, Father, how do I make more money? Or I need some money. And then he'll give you an idea to do something. Write a book, or I can do a YouTube channel, or paint a picture, draw, and then you just keep doing this thing. Typically, well, in that case, if you're just praying for money and you got a problem, instead of praying for the money, pray for the problem to be resolved, and then sit back. I mean, still do your due diligence, to solve the problem, but in the interim, just pray on the problem being solved. And then while you're trying to figure out the money thing, like, maybe Father will bring you money. Maybe he will resolve the problem. Again, most of our issues stem from, especially on the spiritual path, stems from how we're looking at situations. Most of the time, we obsess over the problem and forget about looking for solutions. You know, if you want some tacos, don't pray for money for tacos, which I guess you could. It's far more benefit to just pray for the fucking tacos. Maybe someone will just cook too many tacos and just bring you one. And if you want to practice, go ahead. Spirit's not gonna, it's not gonna care. Like, you have to develop or cultivate a relationship with Spirit, with the divine. Just pray for some tacos or pizza or, like, whatever. You know what you like. It's just something small. Be like, oh, I'd really like a pizza. And just sit back and or go about your day, and who knows, maybe you'll randomly get some free tacos or pizza or something. It's crazy. But having said that, been fun chatting with y'all. Y'all have a good night.